Welcome to Phrasal Verb Practice. This is the place to learn real English, one phrasal verb at a time. My name is Marissa, and I'll walk you through this learning journey. Hello everyone, trust you're all well. In today's session, we'll cover and practice the phrasal verb check out. So let's start with the first way we use the phrasal verb check out. When we say check out, one common meaning is to look at something carefully. It's about exploring it or examining it to see what it's like. For example, you should check out that new restaurant. I want to check out the report before the meeting. She checked out the website last night. Now, there's another very common meaning of check out. We also use check out when we officially leave a hotel or a place where we were staying. So the stay is over and we're leaving. For example, we need to check out by noon. They checked out of the hotel early. I'll check out tomorrow morning. There's one more important use of the phrasal verb check out. We use check out when we borrow something officially. This is very common with libraries, offices, or shared systems. For example, I checked out 2 books from the library. You can check out the equipment for the day. She checked out a laptop at work. So here's the key idea that connects all of these uses. The phrasal verb check out is always about reviewing something, leaving a place, or taking something in an official or intentional way. Now, let's quickly look at how check out is understood in other common languages. In Spanish, it's often like revisar, salir, or retirar. In French, you'll hear vérifier, quitter, or empunter. In Portuguese, it's conferir, sair, or pegar emprestado. In Italian, controllare, lasciare, or prendere in prestito. In German, überprüfen, auschecken, or ausleihen. In Japanese, it's kakunin suru, checkout suru, or kariru. And in Chinese, chakan, tuifang, or jiechu. So when do people usually use the phrasal verb check out? People use check out when they want to look at something new. They use check out when they leave a hotel or an accommodation. They use check out when they borrow books or equipment. They also use check out when they recommend something to others. And they use check out when they review information before making a decision. Let's look at a few clear examples to bring everything together. I'll check out the details later. This is about examining something. Don't forget to check out of the hotel. This is about leaving a place. She checked out a book for her class. This is about borrowing. You should check out that movie. Again, this is about looking at something. We checked out early this morning. That's leaving a hotel. Now let's talk a bit about how check out works grammatically. The phrasal verb check out can be separable or inseparable. It depends on the meaning. Separable, meaning 1 and 3. When check out means to examine something or to borrow something, it's separable. That means the object can go after the phrasal verb or in the middle. For example, I'll check out the file. I'll check the file out. But with pronouns, it has to go in the middle. So we say, I'll check it out. She checked them out. Structure: check out plus object, check plus object plus out. Now, when check out means leaving a hotel, meaning 2, it's inseparable. You don't split it. For example, we checked out at noon. They checked out of the hotel. Structure: check out of, plus place. All right, let's practice. First, you'll listen to a short text about everyday life. Then, you'll hear another text in a professional or office context. Are you ready? Let's start. On Saturday morning, I woke up a little earlier than usual. My phone buzzed, and a friend had sent me a message saying we should check out a new cafe that just opened nearby. I got up, made some coffee, and decided to check out the weather before getting dressed. It looked sunny, so the day already felt promising. Later that morning, I met my sister, and we walked to the cafe together. The place was busy, but cozy. She smiled and said, "I'm glad we decided to check out this place." After breakfast, we stopped by the library because I needed something new to read. I went in and checked out a couple of books that had been on my list for weeks. That afternoon, my parents called and invited us to visit them. On the way, my dad told me to check out a movie he had watched the night before. He said it was relaxing and perfect for a quiet evening. After dinner, we all sat in the living room and decided to check out the movie together. The next day, we packed our bags because my sister and I had planned a short weekend trip. When we arrived at the hotel, everything went smoothly. The stay was short, though, and by Sunday morning, we had to check out. We grabbed breakfast nearby, and before leaving town, we walked around to check out a small shop selling local souvenirs. On the drive home, we talked about the weekend. I told her I wanted to check out the details for another trip soon. Before we got home, she reminded me to check out a board game she thought I'd love. I smiled and said I'd check it out later, already thinking about the next simple plan to enjoy. Great, that was the first text. How many times did you hear the phrasal verb of the day? Now, let's move on to the second text. Monday morning started like most others at the office. I opened my inbox, skimmed through a few emails, and then decided to check out the agenda for the weekly team meeting. Before the call, my manager asked me to check out the latest numbers from the project dashboard and make sure everything looked right. During the meeting, we talked about a new client request. One teammate suggested we check out a similar case from last year. I pulled up the file and said I'd check out the details after the call and share my notes. Right after that, I sent a quick message to IT to ask if I could check out a laptop for a presentation later in the week. By lunchtime, I was deep into the project. I took a short break, grabbed a coffee, and went back to my desk to check out the feedback the client had sent overnight. Some comments were clear, others needed more thought, so I made a note to check out those points with the team later. That afternoon, I had to travel for a one-day business trip. At the hotel, everything was quick and efficient. The next morning, before heading to the client's office, I made sure to check out on time and keep the receipt for expenses. After the meeting, my colleague told me to check out a tool they had been using to track tasks more easily. Back at the office the next day, I returned the borrowed laptop and confirmed it was properly checked out of my name. Before wrapping up the week, my manager stopped by and asked me to check out one last report before it went out. I nodded, opened the file, and started to check out every detail carefully, knowing it would help the whole team move forward smoothly. Great, that was the second text, and that's all for today. Thank you so much for following this channel, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye!